And we are live. This is UFC Bro Picks. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? This is Justin. We're back for a new card. We got UFC, Norfolk, Pettis versus Poirier. It's a really good card, man, to be honest. There's a lot of good fights on here. The main event is really good. I do think that, the co-main, I think the whole main card's pretty good. This is a good prelims too, but it's a good card for free TV.
Sorry. We got to talk about the last card first.
Yeah, obviously. I was going to say that right now. Let's talk about the main event first, Bisping versus GSP. Before we talk about that, hey, I got to give a quick shout out to my boy, Mr. Arkansas, because that guy's like one of the only guys out there that was on GSP. So many people were picking GSP, including myself and you. Or, I'm sorry, Bisping. So many people were picking Bisping, and yeah, good job, man, for picking GSP, because no one picked GSP. That fight was, Bisping just looked terrible out there, man. He didn't look in good shape. It looks like he was getting some momentum back in the fight in the second round, but it didn't look good for him, man. What do you think?
Well, I thought it was an epic night in general, but yeah, Bisping, not a good night for betting, but a great night for a fight, like entertainment wise. Bisping, I thought Bisping was starting off slow. He got his rhythm, and then he cut him up in his guard, dude. And I thought he won the second round, but GSP just found a way to use his weakness against him and fucking use his bad eye against him, bro, and jabbed him up and fucking dropped him. And man, that ground and pound was nasty, and the way he took his back was beautiful. Choked him, put him to sleep, But then again, you put him up against Robert Whittaker, and I think GSP is going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
for sure. I pick Whittaker all day in that fight. Whittaker is, in my opinion, the best fighter in the division. No one's going to touch him. Romero put up a pretty good fight, but, besides him, I don't see anyone else coming close,
Definitely not GSP. But no. You got to give it out for Bisping for going out like fucking warrior, not tapping out and going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have done the same. In championship fight, you should probably just go to sleep if it's a choke.
It was a bad bet. Honestly, I fell on the hype of a 4-year.
It wasn't a bad bet, dude. I think Bisping could have beat him, man. He should have beat him. This whole fucking GSP.
Honestly, I think
4-year layoff.
I think it was a bad bet, to be honest. He has trouble with wrestlers, and look what happened, man. And I was thinking about that because I was all, 4-year layoff.
Yeah, same here. You know what threw me? You know what scared me too was that GSP was actually 2 years younger than Bisping. I for some reason I didn't even know. I didn't consider
GSP was the bigger guy in the octagon.
Yeah, I know.
And who would have thought that? I thought Bisping was going to be way bigger than him. But Bisping looked in terrible shape, and GSP looked shredded out of his body.
BSP did not look. Yeah, Bisping didn't look like top shape.
Co-main event, Cody versus TJ. We both lost. We both lost on that one too. I actually picked.
I didn't bet that. I didn't bet it.
Oh, okay. I picked TJ pre-tape, and then after watching tape, I went with Cody. And Cody just fought emotional out there. Betting wise, it was a bad night for me. I lost every bet. I lost on Cody and Bisping. I also lost on Duffy Gall and my Cody parlay with Paulo. Paulo cashed, but I lost that parlay because of Cody. Masvidal was a dumb bet. Honestly, I'm a big Masvidal fan. You should know that if you follow my channel. But
yeah,
I fell on the hype. I really thought he was going to win that fight, but he played right into Wonderboy's game, to be honest. And I love Masvidal, but I don't know, man. I do think that Darren Till will beat Wonderboy, to be honest, but that's a different matchup. Masvidal just didn't have it, man. It was a bad matchup.
You know what? He's not. I bet with my heart too with Masvidal. So my bets were Masvidal. I lost. Randy Brown, which I won, and the other one was Bisping, which I lost. So all in all, it wasn't that bad of a night, but it still was a losing night for me. Definitely got to learn from that one. And but yeah, man. And I lost on Masvidal too. fucking can't forget that. Like you said, man, Wonder Boy had his fucking number, and I don't know. I don't know why I bet Masvidal, because I knew that's how Wonder Boy was gonna do. Was just gonna use his length and do those fucking kicks and not even let Masvidal get on the inside. And that's exactly what happened.
He's not beating Darren Till. He's not going to beat Darren Till. I hope that fight gets announced.
Masvidal?
No. Actually, both of them will lose to Darren Till, in my opinion. Darren Till and Wonder Boy.
I'm not. I think I'm off the Masvidal train. It depends on who he fights. You know what I mean? But for now, I'm just kind of.
Oh, he was smoke Magny for sure. He was smoke Magny. He was smoke Kim. There's some guys in that division he would beat for sure.
Oh yeah, but I'm definitely not I'm not going to bet him against every person anymore. You know what I mean? I'm going to choose my spot a lot more wisely with Masvidal. He's great. I love his personality, but there are people that just can beat him out there.
Yeah,
we need to realize that.
It was a -10 unit night for me. I mean, I went 0-5. Mcgee Gall. Mcgee Gall did not look like a job. He didn't look terrible out there. I mean, he had his moments. I mean, he dominated Randy Brown in the second round.
He looked terrible, and he looked terrible in the first and second and the third round. He looked good in the second round, though.
He did. He couldn't get off his back. I mean, he didn't show the best takedown defense. He didn't know how to get up, But enough with this card already. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm down to move on.
I thought it was epic how Rose knocked out Joanna, and epic how I thought it was an epic night, man. I'm sorry that you lost, but hopefully we see some good fights in the future because of it. Maybe Thug Rose and Joanna get a rematch. That would be kind of cool. But
yeah, nobody's perfect. I mean, if you're a bettor out there, you should know that everyone's going to lose. I mean, if someone says that they never lose, I mean, don't listen to those people. Everybody loses. Everybody. I don't care what anyone says. So even the best bettors out there lose too. So
I feel sad because I feel like it was one of the best nights in the UFC, and you didn't really enjoy it because of the shitty night.
I know, man. I mean, I did terrible on DraftKings too. I mean, I didn't win a single fight. I mean, I lost every bet.
It was just a bad night for betting, man, and we just got to move on.
I was on a 3-card winning streak. I was trying to go to 4, but I mean, I snapped it. But yeah, let's get right in this card. This is a good card.
Let's do it.
We got Darren Stewart versus Carl Roberson in the middleweight division. We got Carl Roberson, who's making his debut. He's from the Contender Series. He trains with Corey Anderson. He trains with Frank Edgar and Mark Henry and all those guys. He's a former kickboxer. The guy definitely has good hands. I mean, he's definitely better than Darren Stewart on the feet. Darren Stewart is a decent striker, but I mean, I don't think he's that good, to be honest. I mean, I know he fought, Francisco Barrasso, whatever his name is. I mean, he beat him the first fight. Second fight was a DQ. Oh wait, I'm sorry. The first fight was a DQ. He was winning the fight, and then I think he had an illegal knee or something. And then it was like a headbutt. And then the second fight, the rematch was a loss. I'm pretty sure he lost that fight. Yeah, he did. And I don't think he's that good, to be honest. I don't think he's UFC material. I do think that Carl's super green, but I do think that Carl is going to get this done by a knockout. But I'm not going to lay -200 on a guy making his debut against a guy who's been in there before. So I'll go with Carl Roberson, though. I do think this kid has potential. He's definitely going to his the best division he should be in. I mean, he was fighting at light heavyweight in Contender Series. Dana White said you should drop to middleweight. So he's definitely going to be, the bigger guy in this division. At light heavyweight, he's going to be pretty small. But enough of my rambling. I'm picking Carl Roberson, but yeah, I'm not confident, and I'm definitely not playing this fight. What about you?
I'm going to go the other way. Go to Darren Stewart, but like you said, not confident at all. Just because I don't really know who Carl Roberson is. Hasn't really been in the UFC yet. Darren Stewart's got some octagon experience, but we'll see what happens, man. You can't bet on a guy. You can't bet on this fight. It's kind of just a pass. So I'll move on to the next one. It's going to be Jake Collier versus Marcel Fortuna. Jake Collier's 10-4. Marcel Fortuna is 9-2. I know Marcel Fortuna for knocking out. What was that guy's name that he knocked out, man? Hamilton?
Bumilton, yeah.
Hamilton, yeah, on his debut, and then he drops down weight, right? And then he loses. So I don't really know if I don't really know how much weight to put on like knocking out Hamilton. You know what I mean? But I still think I think he's gonna do enough to get it done. What about you?
Yeah, I'm picking him too, man. I don't think he's a jobber by any means. I mean, he lost his last fight against Jordan Johnson, but I know Jordan Johnson didn't look the best last fight, but Jordan Johnson's a good prospect. I mean, that kid has very good wrestling, He's definitely going to be, a threat in that division with his wrestling. And Marcel Fortuna, fought a very close fight with him. He has a very good ground game. He throws bombs in the feet, too. I mean, he knocked out a heavyweight. I don't think Jake Collier is good at all. I mean, this guy's a jobber. I mean, this guy lost to Devin Clark. If you lose to Devin Clark, I mean, you should be kicked out of the UFC. Devin Clark just lost to John Blachowicz. Who's John Blachowicz? The worst fighter in the division, in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't trust Jake Collier, man. He's sloppy. He tries to get in brawls. He doesn't have a good chin. He's slow. I do think that Fortuna is a better athlete. I think he's faster. I think he's better everywhere, in my opinion, especially if he hits the mat, Even on the feet, I give him the edge. So, I'm not going to play the line because he's a big favorite. But, yeah, I got Marcel Fortuna. I'm trying to stay away from parlays, too. So, I'm not going to be playing that many parlays anytime soon. Next fight, we got Court Mcgee versus Sean Strickland. I would parlay this fight, though, if you're out there. But me, personally, I'm not going to. But, I recommend, playing Strickland here for sure. Sean Strickland is definitely going to win this fight. I think, he's a very good fighter, to be honest. He's right outside the top 15. I know he lost against Usman, but, Usman's definitely, a top 15 guy. He's climbing up those ranks, man. And Sean Strickland is a very good striker, very good jab. Trains with, Renz Larkin, Sam Alvey, all those guys over there. He actually trains at Millennia and he trains at Team Quest. But, yeah, he has a very good jab, big for the division. He doesn't have – his takedown defense needs work, but, I don't think Court Mcgee's going to be able to get takedown after takedown, Strickland's actually has a very good get-up game too. And Court Mcgee is done. This guy's on his way out. How much more damage is this guy going to take? He gets hurt every fight. He looks like a 60-year-old grandpa in there. He does have good cardio, though. I'll give it to him. But he just doesn't have it anymore. And I don't think he's going to be able to eat that jab from Sean Strickland. So I got Sean Strickland using his distance all day and probably getting the finish. But, yeah, I'm not going to be playing the favorite here at minus 260, whatever it is. So I got Sean Strickland. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. Sean Strickland's pretty good. But to be honest, I'm kind of scared to put him in my parlay. I've been thinking about it and stuff, but he's probably going to win. I'm picking him to win. But Court Mcgee, he has a grind. He's got that grind in him. But he is on his way out, so who knows when that's going to go. It just scares me to see how like Sean Strickland got manhandled by Usman so easily, But Usman's on the next level grappler, so as long as Sean Strickland can keep him at bay, and keep his distance and use his range and his reach, then I think he can get the fight pretty easily, But like you said, I don't really like I'm gonna try to stay away from parlays. So, yeah, man. I got Strickland for the win, but not playing it either.
All right, man. Call the next
one. All right, next fight, man. We got Angela Hill versus Nina Ansaroff. Yeah, Angela Hill just fought Yoder. I thought she fought a pretty good fight with Jessica Andrade that to me showed a lot of heart. It was impressive to go 3 rounds with Jessica Andrade like that. So Angela Hill has pretty good striking. Her guard is okay. I definitely don't see her. She definitely doesn't really have much wrestling, but she does. She has a guard, I guess. I've seen her do some submissions in like those fucking other leagues, but I don't really know how much credit to give that. Nina Ansaroff, I think this is what's her name's fucking girlfriend? Amanda Nunes' girlfriend. She has a win over Jocelyn Jones LaBarger, whoever the fuck that is. She showed, and she was kind of getting outstriked by her, took her down, got her down, and beat her by grappling with her top game. Other than that, she has losses to Justin Quiche and Juliana Lima. So, I think this should be a fight for Angela Hill to win with her striking, as long as she doesn't get taken down and somehow, like, I don't know, Nina shows some pretty good top game. So maybe if she doesn't get, as long as she doesn't get her like taken down, past guard, and like hug, and like maybe like whatever. I doubt that's gonna happen, but I think Angela Hill's gonna get the win. What about you?
Yeah, man. I actually didn't think that Angela Hill was that good on tough, but then she went to Invicta. She beat Souza. She beat some good girls in Invicta. Came back, and I mean that Jessica Andrade performance. I mean, she showed a lot of heart. She actually dropped Jessica Andrade too. I mean, her striking is no joke. Nina is a striker. I mean, she's not a wrestler. I don't think she has the wrestling to get her down at all, in my opinion. And I mean, she's a striker, and she's definitely not in the same league as Jessica Andrade. I mean, her striking is not that good. So I think Angela Hill's going to pick her apart, keep it on the feet, and I think she might even get a finish, to be honest. She says she wants a nasty finish. I know Nina trains with Amanda, so a lot of people are probably picking her, but I don't think Nina's that good. I think she's slow. I think Angela Hill's way faster, way more tools in the feet. She's long. She fights, uses really good distance. And, I mean, dude, Angela Hill, in my opinion, is a very good striker, and I think she can come up those ranks. So I'm on the Angela Hill train. I'm not going to be playing her at 190, though. We'll see, if it goes down. But yeah, I got Angela Hill. I got another favorite. So far, I picked all favorites. So next fight, speaking of favorites, we got Sage Northcutt versus Mitchell Quinones. Yeah, I got 4 units on the dog here at plus 165, and yeah, man, it's a big fate on Sage, but I mean, I do think that Quinones is UFC material. I mean, this is going to be a striking battle for sure. And I do think that Quinones is better on the feet. A lot of people are saying that, oh man, this kid's small, bro. He's a featherweight. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but just like what Dan said in half the battle, he's like 180, bro. Like a couple weeks before, it's probably Jeff Gordon or Jared Gordon. I mean, this guy's big, bro, for the division. I mean, he's making his, he's fought at 155 too in the past. I mean, he's fighting at 155 here, but I mean, I don't think Northcutt's going to be that much bigger than him. It's probably going to be close. And on the feet, I do think that Quinones is better. I mean, he has really good kicks. You should watch some of those, knockouts he had before in the UFC. He fights really long, very good kicks, good hands. And, I mean, Mcgee Gall, I know I bet him, but, I mean, Mcgee Gall, bro, does not have good striking at all. And the kid drops Sage Northcutt. If Mcgee Gall hurts and drops Northcutt, what do you think Quinones is going to do? Quinones is a way better striker. And, a lot of people are saying that Northcutt might take him down. I mean, I don't think so, man. I mean, even if he takes him down, I mean, what? Is Sage going to get a submission? Like, I don't think so, dude. He's a quitter, bro, on the ground. And Northcutt fades every fight, too. So the cardio edge is going to go to Quinones for sure. The chin has to go to Quinones, I just don't think Sage is UFC material. I mean, you watch all of his fights. I mean, the fight with Marine, I mean, that guy, I mean, that was a pretty weird fight right there. I mean, I thought, he was going to tap with that armbar. It was a very close fight. Marine's not UFC material, but I mean, Cody Pfister took this kid down and was grinding him out for that first round, and the ref just, stood him up. I mean, this guy gets put in bad positions every fight, and I just think that on the feet, it's going to be, you're going to see the levels of striking in this fight, and it's definitely going to be Quinones, so I think he's better everywhere, to be honest. Even if he hits the mat, I think Quinones, can hold his own. So I got Quinones this fight. I do think he's going to knock Sage out though, and I'm going with a second round finish. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Quinones as well. I bet him at plus 145. Kind of interesting that Sage is now fighting in Team Alpha Male, because it's like, what the fuck are they doing with that fool? Because Team Alpha Male usually only trains with like legit people, but I guess they're probably using it for like publicity or whatever. But Sage Northcutt is a bully fighter, and he fucking quits whenever it doesn't go his way. You know what I mean? And in the UFC, a lot of times fights don't go your way right away. You have to fucking win, and you have to fight for it. You don't fucking get – the UFC is the best of the best, So I don't know. I've seen Northcutt quit way too many times in there. He quit versus Gall. He quit versus Barberina, So, I mean, he got in – he taps the chokes that are like he can fight. You know what I mean? Like – he wasn't even trying to fight the hands when Mcgee Gall took his back. Like it almost looked like he lifted his chin up a little bit so Gall can sink in the choke. It's like I think he's gonna find a way out as soon as Michael makes it hard for him. If So Michelle, or whatever the fuck his name is, Michael
It's
Mitchell, Michelle. So anyway, so yeah, I think Quinones is gonna. I really hope Quinones makes it tough. You know, he showed he has a lot of heart in his fight versus Gordon, right? I mean, fuck, like Gordon's a beast, and so I mean, it's like you said, he dropped a lot of weight for that class, for that fight. He's moving up to 155. I think that's a better weight class. I mean, the dude is pretty tall. You know, he's what, like 5'10" or whatever. So
yeah, what would Gordon do to Sage Northcutt? I mean, he would tap him out in 20 seconds with something not even choked in, with something not even fully locked in.
Yeah, like Quinones showed a lot of heart out there, you know. So I'm gonna have to go with the guy with the heart. It's easy to fade Sage, you know. So also, I got 2 units at plus 145.
Also, one more thing I want to mention is that Quinones is trained at Top Team for this fight. So I mean that's the best camp in the world. So you know, he's going to be able to train with Dustin Poirier for this fight. I think it's, you know, a good move. So let's see how it goes. You know, ATT versus Alpha Male. All right, man. Call the next fight.
All right, man. Next fight is chick fight. Tatiana Suarez is 5-0 versus Viviara Pereira, who's 13-0. You know, everyone knows Tatiana Suarez from Tough, you know, and I think maybe that's why she's getting a little bit of hype, maybe a little bit of undeserved hype. I mean, her top game is no joke, but if you kind of look at it, she's kind of one-dimensional. You know what I mean? She only has wrestling and she only has a top game. I mean, she has a win over Amanda Cooper, performance of the night. She is a beast in the wrestling department, though. Don't get me wrong. I think if she gets down Pereira, then she's gonna fucking smash her and have her way with her. Most likely, I am gonna have to pick Tatiana, even though I do think Pereira is a dog, is very live here, and you know, she has a chance. I just don't think she's gonna be able to defend the takedowns. You know what I mean? I think the girls division is like a little bit past like years behind the men's division, unfortunately. You know, not much, but I just think that a lot of these girls are just kind of like just starting to get well rounded. Like, I think the specialists do pretty well in women's MMA. You know what I mean? Ronda is a specialist. Joanna was pretty much a specialist. You know what I mean? She's a fucking Muay Thai specialist with good she just pretty much learned how to get back up and learn how to defend a takedown, you know, like, so I don't know. I think these specialists do pretty well. So I'm going to have to go with Tatiana. Yeah, I think she's going to be able to get a takedown and just have her way with her. But I do think Pereira is live. She's getting disrespected. You know, she does have the experience on her hand. But I think Tatiana Suarez has been competing pretty much like her whole life, you know. So I'm going to have to go with Tatiana because she's a world-class wrestler. And her top game is good. She looks to pass. You know what I mean? She doesn't just hug you. She does look to advance the position. So I'm going to have to go to Tatiana.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely biased on these millennia fighters because they, you know, I mean, millennia is like 5 minutes from my house. I mean, you know, Suarez actually trains at my 24-hour fitness. I've seen her there multiple times. Yeah, dude.
Take a picture, pussy.
Yeah, I need to take a picture. Anyways, yeah, I don't want to be a creeper though, but yeah.
Who gives a fuck? You go up to her and talk to her, be like, dude, she'll love it.
Yeah, one of my friends did. I'm gonna have to. But anyways, back in the matchup.
Your friend did and you just watched it?
I wasn't there. My friend said he did it. Anyways,
yeah, you should do it, bro.
I need to. I'll probably be scared. I'll probably be scared. She'll probably choke me out. But anyways, so yeah, dude. She has that one-dimensional, you know, like style. I mean, she's a very good grappler. Her striking needs work. She's definitely green. She's not that good of a striker, in my opinion. But dude, she's a beast, man. I mean, her grappling, man, is no joke. I mean, she's like the Khabib, you know, like one-dimensional grappling. I mean, when she gets you down, bro, I mean, it's over. I mean, her grappling. I mean, her subs. She was an Olympic, you know, wrestler. And then she got hurt. Or cancer. I think it was either cancer or hurt, but yeah, she's fought a lot of jobbers, man. But I mean, dude, her grappling, just you watch from Tough, you watch it against Amanda Cooper, it's no joke. She gets you down, it's all over. Viviana Pereira is undefeated too. She's actually a pretty good striker, you know. I know she's fought in jobbers too. They both have. I mean, she fought Valerie Fortuna, who sucks, and on her way out, and then she fought Jamie Moyle. She was Jamie Moyle. I mean, and Valerie took her down in the first round of that fight. If Valerie can take her down, so what do you think Suarez is going to do? So I know it's a 2-year layoff for Suarez, I'm not going to touch that line at, minus 300, but I think it opened like a minus 200. But yeah, I got Suarez. I think she's going to get, I like it for DraftKings. I think Suarez is going to score a lot of takedowns and definitely get a finish in this fight. So I got Suarez all day, and I think she's going to climb up the ranks. So next fight, we got John Dodson versus Marlon Moraes. I have 2 units on Dodson at minus 110. I think the speed advantage is too big here. John Dodson, man, is, in my opinion, one of the best fighters in the division. I mean, who's he lost to? He lost to Mighty Mouse twice, and he lost to Lineker. That's it. And he beat TJ, the champ right now. He's definitely given Mighty Mouse his toughest fight of his career in the first fight. I mean, he dropped him like 3 times, The second fight wasn't that impressive. I mean, it was pretty much all DJ. But, I mean, the John Lineker fight, too, actually, you watched it today. And I watched a couple days ago, too. It was a super close fight. It could have gone either way. Dawson was definitely running away, but, he didn't get hit that much. And, Dawson was tagging Lineker for sure all day. So it was a super close fight. And John Dawson, that blitz, he's the fastest guy in that division, in my opinion. And he throws bombs. He has a good chin, too. And Marlon Moraes is chinny, bro. This dude's been, he's been hurt in multiple fights. He's been finished multiple times. Assuncao hurt him last fight. He's been rough against jobbers. And who's this guy fought besides Assuncao? A bunch of no-namers in World Series of Fighting. A lot of people are saying this guy's going to go over there and steam. You're not going to steamroll Dodson. Dodson's lost to the best fighters. Marlon Moraes is not an elite fighter. Dawson is a very good fighter, and the speed advantage is too much here, I just mentioned. So I think Dawson's going to be way faster and, going to hurt him in that blitz. And he's not going to take Dawson down. Dawson's takedown defense is elite. He trains at Jackson's. He has good wrestling too. Dawson could even take him down if he wanted to. But, what's going to happen is Dawson's going to do that blitz. He's going to, pick his shots. He's going to run away like he always does and hurt him, man. He doesn't even get hit. Does Dawson ever get hit? Like, Lineker hit him, and he showed he had a good chin. Lineker's like the only guy that's ever hit him. A lot of people don't hit him. Dawson's too fast, bro. He's a flyweight. But, yeah, I already have 2 units.
Oh, shit.
At minus 110. So, yeah, man, I'm very confident in this pick. I think Dawson's going to go out there and get a finish, to be honest. So, yeah, I got Dawson. What about you?
Yeah, I got Dodson, but I don't think I'm gonna bet this fight. I was thinking about it, and I just can't pull a trigger. I do think that Dodson is gonna win, but his the fact that he just runs away like that, I don't like. I bet him against Eddie Wineland, and I'm pretty sure that cashed. But even then, I was like, dude, this fool needs to fucking put up, do more. You know what I mean? I'm not happy with his activity. If Marlon fucking Moraes blocked, I don't know. He had a pretty good fight with Raphael Assuncao. So, and Raphael Assuncao is one of the best in the fucking divisions. You know what I mean? But then Raphael is one to just kind of make a close fight when it's unnecessary. All his fights are pretty close. So I don't know. I haven't seen enough Moraes. Maybe he is very. So I kind of want to just watch this fight, see what happens. I'm haven't been too happy with the Dodson's volume, I guess. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to pick Dodson, Joe, because you're right, he's probably just gonna run around and blitz, but his volume I don't like his volume enough to bet on him in this fight. I want to just watch and see what happens, but I do got Dodson for the win.
All right, man. Call the first fight of the main event or the main card.
Main card. This is Joe Lauzon. 27-14 versus Clay Guida at 33-14. This is an old man fight. I think this is a fight that probably should have happened 5 years ago. It would have been a lot better. You know what I mean? I don't know why they haven't, why it took so long for them to fight. But Joe Lauzon, you know, everyone knows that he comes out very strong in the first round, and then the second, third round where he doesn't show up, you know, or he gets tired, whatever you want to call it. But the thing we know about the Carpenter Clay Guida is that he doesn't stop, man. He's got a great work ethic, and it seems like it hasn't. I mean, it's not the same as it used to be, but I do think it's still good enough to go all 3 rounds. And I think Joe Lauzon's shot is to finish it in the first round, you know. But I don't know, man. I think that I don't like to bet on those on those kind of people that only have like that their shot is to get the finish in the, you know. I think Clay Guida is going to do enough to neutralize his submissions, and I think he's going to get the win, man. He's looked a lot better ever since he's joined the Team Alpha Male. He has that fight. He got that win against Coach, you know. I think, and he can do the same to Joe Lauzon. So I'm gonna go with Clay Guida for the win, and I got 2 units at him for plus 100.
Yeah, man, I'm passing this fight. I'm actually picking Joe Lauzon here. You know, I do hope that Guida wins because you bet him on him. You bet on him, but in my opinion, yeah, both these guys are on their way out, man. I don't want to touch this fight from a betting perspective. I mean, you know, Joe Lauzon, in my opinion, you know, he's better on the feet. I think he can go out there and get a first round finish, but if he doesn't, he's in the gas. And Clay Guida could definitely, you know, win those last 2 rounds. On the ground, it's going to be interesting though for sure because, you know, Guida's a good wrestler with you know, good subs, and Lauzon's pretty good at the ground, but he's been subbed too multiple times. So on the feet though, Guida doesn't really offer that much besides his pressure. You know, he has a good chin, but I mean, I just think it's a pass in my opinion. No, I mean, I think it could go either way. But, you know, I do think that Lauzon I think he can go out there and get a first round finish, to be honest. I mean, Guida's been tapped out too. So, I mean, you know, Thiago Tavares. So it's a really good fight to watch. But, I mean, yeah, it's a pass. But I got Lauzon. But, yeah, I hope Guida wins for you. So, next fight, we got Raphael Assuncao versus Matthew Lopez. Pre-tape, I wanted to, you know, look into Lopez. You know, I thought that, you know, this kid, you know, has potential, but I think it's a little too soon. You know, he's going against Assuncao, man. Assuncao wins those close decisions. Assuncao is, you know, a very good fighter. He's only lost to the best. And, yeah, man, I think he's better everywhere here. I mean, Lopez is a very tough guy. I don't think he's going to go out there and finish Lopez, but I think it'll be like a 30-27. I think Assuncao is a better striker, the better ground game. You know, we don't see his ground game, but he's a black belt, you know. And, I mean, he throws bombs. He's very technical. Lopez, you know, he trains with Justin Gagey. You know, he's not. I mean, he doesn't look like a fighter. I mean, he's kind of, you know, little chubby, but I mean, the dude can scrap. The dude, you know, throws bombs. The dude has a very good ground game, good cardio. But I just don't think he's on Assuncao's level yet. But I do think this kid could be a top 15 guy pretty soon. So yeah, I got Assuncao. What about you?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Raphael Assuncao too. I think he's just on another level, but I'm not betting. So let's move on to the next fight. It's Nate Marquardt versus Cezar Ferreria. I think this is a close fight, man. And like we were saying, Nate Marquardt is live as fuck. You know, he's got good wrestling. He actually has good grappling. I think he has the power advantage. You know what I mean? He has a good chance of knocking him out, bro. And neutralizing Cezar's grappling and maybe even outstriking him. I think Nate Marquardt is very live. You know, who fucking knows, man? Maybe I might even put a unit on it. What about you?
Yeah, I think Cezar Ferreira has the best chin in the division. I mean, I think this guy, you know, has a very good chin. I think he throws heat. You know, I think he's the faster guy. I think that he has the best ground game in the UFC. That chin is just really good, man. So I'm gonna have to go for Ferreira. You know, I think that Nate Marquardt's terrible. With your reaction right now, I'm messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you.
You said that this fool has the best chin?
It's a joke, bro. I'm messing with you.
Got knocked out by CB Dollaway.
It was a joke. Anyways, I obviously faded him against Elias. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's terrible, okay? I think he has the worst chin in the division. It was a joke. You bought it, obviously. Or you didn't. I mean, that was a pretty funny reaction. But anyways, he has a good ground game. I will say that. But the guy has no chin, bro. I mean, he has a glass chin. He does a chicken dance every fight. You know, Nate Marquardt has a very good wrestling, and I do think that if it hits the mat, I mean, I think it'd be a wash on the feet. It's all Nate Marquardt. He's like 60. He's like 60 years old. So I'm not going to bet Nate Marquardt, but I do think that he has the better stand up. They both have terrible chins, but I do think that Nate Marquardt has a better chin, which is not saying that much. But yeah, I don't trust Cezar Ferreira ever. But I mean, I do think Nate Marquardt is going to win this fight. I'm picking him to win. I think he throws, he has more power in the feet. He does have the better chin. And if it hits the mat, it's a wash, because there's no way that I don't think Ferreira is going to go out there and tap him out. And I don't think Nate's going to tap him out. So it's not like Ferreira gets you down, it's all over, like how it was against Jack Hermanson. So I got Nate. And if the line keeps on getting better, I might have to take a shot. So I got Nate Marquardt, and that was a funny joke because you totally bought that Cezar had the best chin in the division.
I was confused. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Anyway, so next fight, we got Junior Albini versus Andrei Arlovski. My voice got all fucking weird there. Anyways, yeah, I got Albini here. It's a fade on Arlovski, but, Albini's striking looked pretty damn good against Timothy Big Dick Johnson. I know Timmy Big Dick was hurt in that fight, or sick or something, but dude, that left hook that he hit on him, wow. This kid's no joke. I know it's his first fight in the UFC, but I mean, if he throws that against Arlovski's gonna, just die in the octagon. Arlovski, I know he had his moments against Tibera in the second round, but I think that's just because Tibera was kind of like, oh, I'm fighting my idol. I'm pretty high on Tibera. We'll talk about it next week, but he's fighting his idol. Tibera even said after
getting smashed next week.
We'll talk about it later. He said after the fight that was idol and all this. I don't think he is, by the way, but we'll talk about it next week. So yeah, I think he kind of gassed a little bit. He was kind of starstruck fighting his idol, but yeah, man, Tibera is no joke. Like I already mentioned, we'll talk about it next week. Favorite Doom.
First time, fucker. You don't have to fucking keep saying it.
Got a favorite Doom, but yeah, man. Arlovski's done. You guys in a fight.
Doom fucking looked so good last fight.
Against Walt Harris, bro. Who the hell's Walt Harris?
Dude, Walt Harris just had a good fight he just fucked him up.
Bro, he fought Godbeer, bro. Walt Harris sucks. And Walt Harris, if you're watching this, Walt Harris, you're a douche for what you did. I hate you. Walt Harris.
Hey, man, when you're in a fucking fight, you're in a fight, bro. That adrenaline's pumping.
Walt Harris knows,
man.
Jobber,
you got to protect yourself at all times. You got to protect yourself at all times. You can't just run away like, oh, don't fucking, like, I don't know. Whatever.
I don't think Walt Harris
talk
is
about
good
it next week.
I don't think he's good.
You can't just be that quick to fade for Doom. That fool's a legit black belt.
He is, but Tibera is way better on the feet. We'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
So a little preview. I got Tibera for next week. You got it for Doom. So anyways, yeah, Arlovski's just done. The guy should retire. No chin. Yeah, basically that's it. He has no chin anymore. He doesn't have it anymore. The guy used to be a good striker, but you take him down on the ground. It's over. He quits. He quit against Barnett. He quits every fight.
He quits. So, he's a quitter for sure.
He is a quitter, bro. Fight losing streak. He beat Travis Brown. Good job. No one liked Travis Brown, but other than that, yeah, it's a fade on him. At this point, I'd probably pick Mark Godbeer against Andrei Arlovski. So yeah, and that's saying a lot. I pick Walt Harris too, and Walt Harris sucks. So yeah, I got Junior Albini. What about you?
Yeah, man, I got Junior Albini too. I think this is an easy pick, easy money. Unfortunately, the fucking line got jacked up. He would have been a good parlay piece with Angela Hill or Sean Strickland, but I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. And but I do think Junior Albini gets the knockout, man. Andrei Arlovski's done. He's a heavyweight, man, and like his chin is deteriorating. It's just time to call it quits. He's been finished way too many times. I got Junior Albini by devastating knockout. Next fight, we got Matt the Immortal Brown versus Diego Sanchez. Fucking kind of weird that Diego Sanchez is fighting Matt Brown at 170. I think didn't he just fight? He was fighting at 145.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then 150. What was Alaquinta? 155 or 145?
155.
Yeah, 155. But then I don't know. I feel like he was fighting 145 for some time too, and like he just doesn't know what the fuck to do. He's trying to find he's trying to find like a weight division where he can win fights at, I think, or maybe he just went up to fight Matt Brown because Matt Brown's gonna retire. It's kind of like a money fight, the biggest kind of money fight he can get, I guess, or the biggest name he's probably gonna get. Because let's just face it, both of these guys are on their fucking way out. But I think Diego Sanchez is getting disrespected, man. Matt Brown has been in some fucking wars, and I think he has some weaknesses, bro. This fool's been finished a lot. He has no fucking. I'm about to go with Diego Sanchez, man. And you know what? I might take a shot as well. I think the line's off. Matt Brown hasn't impressed me. He looked pretty good against Donald until he got head kicked, but I mean he still got finished, you know. And look at Donald. He's on his way out too. So I'm gonna have to go with Diego Sanchez, even though both of these fools are on their way out. Can't really trust him with my money, but I'm gonna go with Diego Sanchez with the upset.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for this at all. I mean, both these guys are a fade in my opinion. I do think that Diego might have the worst chin of the two, but I mean, Matt Brown's so weak to that body. I mean, Diego Sanchez is a pretty good body kick. If he lands one, it could be over. Some people, saying, "Oh, well, Matt Brown was looking good against Cowboy before that knockout." I mean, he still got knocked out, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt Brown, I mean, the guy got knocked out against Jay Ellenberger. I mean, come on, Ellenberger's so bad, man. I mean,
sucks.
It's both these guys I feel like are just a big fade. And I know Sanchez, beat Held, and I know, he got smoked inside Quintus, but Quintus boxing is no joke. I mean, Lauzon smoked him, I mean, it's just this fight. I mean, do you bet the under? Like, I don't know what you do in this fight. I mean, besides, I think you just watch it as a fan, but yeah, man, I don't blame the Diego Sanchez, bet. I think he could win this fight. I mean, he hasn't fought at 170 in a while. He's a big guy too. So, I mean, 145, why were you at 145? And at 155, he's probably cutting weight too. So, I mean, I think we could see a good performance here from Sanchez. Am I going to pick him? No, because I do think that, at the end of the day, I think Matt Brown puts him away. But there's no way I'm going to be putting money in this fight. But, I think Matt Brown's a little more well-rounded. I do think that he has more weapons in the feet. I do think they're both shot and they both have bad chins, but I think Matt Brown has the more power and the better chin. So I got Matt Brown. Next fight, this is the best fight of the card, main event. We got Dustin Poirier versus Anthony Pettis, and I have 4 units on DP at plus 105. I really like this fight. I do think that Dustin Poirier, is the more well-rounded fighter. This kid, I mean, this dude's only lost to 4 guys. He's lost to Cub Swanson, Conor McGregor, Michael Johnson, and Kareem Zombie. He's 6-1, I believe, or 5-1. Don't quote me on that. I think 6-1 in the lightweight division. I mean, he's only lost to Michael Johnson. Anthony Pettis has no hands. I mean, Anthony Pettis is not Conor McGregor or Michael Johnson. I mean, Anthony Pettis uses distance. He throws kicks. I mean, he's not the same guy anymore, man. He really isn't. And even that, I mean, he doesn't have that, fast hands. He's not a knockout guy like Conor McGregor and Michael Johnson. I don't care what you say about Michael Johnson. The guy is a 50-50 fighter, but bro, he beat Tony Ferguson. He's beaten Edson Barbosa. He's beaten Dustin Poirier. I mean, this kid, Michael Johnson, man, is, a good fighter. I don't care what you say. And the guy has some of the fastest hands in the division for sure. And Pettis is shot, bro. I mean, he does that. He has terrible takedown defense. I mean, he went on a 3-5 losing streak and then, sign of a journeyman, went to 145. I mean, getting his ass kicked against Charles Oliveira, and then he, got a lucky submission, and then Max Holloway just broke him. And now he's going back up to 155 and says he wants to be the champion again. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen anymore, man. I mean, I know they both beat Jim Miller, but, I mean, even against Jim Miller, I mean, was that the same Anthony Pettis? No. And I know he has a good ground game, but Dustin Poirier is so well-rounded. I see him mixing up on the feet. I see him getting the takedown. And, I mean, he's definitely going to stay out of submissions. The guy has, defensive submission game. But, I mean, I think there's 2 ways on the feet it could happen. I mean, he can go out there and brawl with Anthony Pettis and get a first-round finish, or he can be technical and, get a later finish. But, I mean, Dustin Poirier, bro, is the better striker. The guy has power. The guy's a brawler. But you saw in his last fight against Eddie Alvarez, he really was fighting pretty technical until, he got in that brawl. But up until the brawl, I mean, it was super technical. And then Eddie Alvarez, I mean, had that, that legal 2 knees, and he was getting his ass kicked. That was Dustin Poirier's best fight in the UFC. That was the best DP we've
ever seen. But he got knocked out.
He got knocked out by what? It was a DQ, bro. Yeah,
he still got knocked out.
Yeah, I think Dustin Poirier is going to be good here, though. I mean, in my opinion, I think he does not have a bad chin. A lot of people are saying he has a bad chin.
He does have a bad chin.
No, he doesn't. He does
I'm
not have a
betting
bad
him,
chin.
but you got to admit it. Doesn't have. He gets wobbled, bro. Conor McGregor said it best. He does the chicken dance.
Who's knocked him out? Conor
That's
McGregor and Michael Johnson, the two guys that, in my opinion, have the fastest hands in the division. What does Pettis have? No hands.
He has good kicks, but you're right. I think with this pressure, I'm picking Dustin Poirier. He's gonna beat him with this pressure.
He's a tough guy.
Pettis doesn't like that pressure. He doesn't like pressure.
He gets hit, but I think he's a tough guy, man. I mean, come on.
He is tough, but that shit can cause him some. That shit has cost him.
Yeah, not against Anthony Pettis. Anthony Pettis
right,
does not throw hands.
Pettis is not a brawler, so we don't have to worry about that.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think Dustin Poirier needs to brawl, because if he brawls here, it's going to be, like a first round finish.
He needs to close the distance. He needs to close the distance and put pressure on Pettis, and because Pettis doesn't like pressure, he gets uncomfortable. He needs to grind up against the fence. He needs to make it ugly. He can't give him any space to do anything. I think he needs to use his wrestling here. That's his best chance, man. He's got good underrated wrestling. He's got to go in, put some pressure with his hands and take him down, and fucking smash him like he did with like how he did with Duffy. I think that's the perfect game plan on how to win this fight.
Yeah, I think he can take him down or knock him out on the feet. I mean, Anthony Pettis doesn't have, keep his hands pretty low.
Pettis is pretty tough, man. I don't think he can get knocked out that easily.
He's a tough guy, but I think when Dustin, brawls and, pressures him against the fence and, throws those combinations and bombs, I think Pettis is going to find a way out of there and, and quit.
I hope so.
So
I hope so.
We both got DP. Is there anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, man. I think he needs to use his pressure. I've never been a big fan of Anthony Pettis. I've always been skeptical about his ground game. He's got some pretty good submissions. He got that armbar on Benson Henderson off his back. Didn't he sub Oliveira?
Yeah,
but I think if Poirier just be aware of those submissions, he should be good, and uses his pressure and makes it uncomfortable for Pettis. Need space to work. Pettis needs space, so Poirier needs to cut that because he's good at pressuring and fucking making it a brawl. Like you said, that is his best chance because baller.
No, and that's his style. Dustin's not going to let him use distance. Dustin's going to be in his face the whole fight and brawl. That's his style. And he has a pretty good Darce choke too. So, I mean, I could see, Dustin has a very good ground game, man. I mean, we don't, he used to sub a lot more people back in the day, but I mean, he could easily grind this one out like the Duffy fight. But, I mean, I can see him mixing it up. I can see him winning on the feet. I can see him winning on the ground. I just don't see how Anthony Pettis wins this fight. I know Pettis is a big name. He's a good guy. He's a former champ. But
he's on his way out.
He's the former champ. He's on his way out for sure. Just like Cowboy. I like picking those spots. I like betting against guys that are on their way out. So, and Dustin Poirier is not on his way out at all. Okay, I know he lost to Michael Johnson, but I mean, look at his record, man. He has a very good record. He's 6-1 in this division. And like I mentioned, he loses the guys that have faster hands and that are knockout guys. Anthony Pettis has kicks. That's it. He does not throw hands. If Dustin, lets him, use his distance, then he's going to lose his fight. But that's not what Dustin does. Dustin gets in your face and he brawls. And I see a first-round finish for Dustin Poirier. So to recap my bets, I got 4 units on Dustin. I got 4 units on Quinones, and I got 2 units on Dodson. What about you? You have Dustin and then Guida?
I have Dustin, Guida, and Quinones. 2 units each. 2 units Quinones at 145, 2 units Guida at plus 100, and 2 units Dustin at 105.
Yeah, I think I'm done for the night, by the way. I'm going to do those 3 plays. I'm going to do DraftKings. I think for DraftKings, I'm looking at I'm going to have like Suarez and then my 3 bets, and then I'll have to look for 2 other people. But, yeah, man, that's gonna be it for us. I hope everyone cashes. Good luck to everybody out there, and we'll be back next week for UFC Sydney. We already kind of talked about who we were talking about, or the main event. Verdum is he's 40 years old. He's a former champ. He's definitely has a legit ground game, but I think he's chinny, and in my opinion, I don't think his striking is nowhere near Marcin Tybura's striking. And if Marcin Tybura doesn't fight like I'm fighting my idol like he did last fight, he's gonna go out there and get a first round finish. So yeah, there's a little preview right there. I like Marcin Tybura a lot for next week, and yeah, so we'll be back next week, and hope you guys cash. Later, guys.
Peace.